Hi, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics. I'm bringing you today a rather modern car. This is one of our customers has asked us to sell a car on their behalf, and this is a great opportunity to own just a one-owner car, a Hyundai Tucson, registered in September 2017. The mileage is 61,571 as I make this video. It's a top-of-the-range version of the car known as the Premium SE, and it does have a huge specification, lots of standard features of the car which do make it a very nice car to drive and own. And I personally think it looks very handsome in its metallic grey, large alloy wheels, a good set of tyres all round. It's only ever been serviced at the local Hyundai main dealer. It won't require a service for approximately a year. The MOT was done in recent weeks and that passed with no advisories, so a further MOT isn't required until September 2023. Now, these cars use a direct injection turbo engine, diesel, 7-speed, a DSG style gearbox, which is an automatic gearbox that can also be flipped back and forward, so you can drive it sort of manual style without a clutch. It also features a full-length panoramic electric sunroof, which hopefully you can see that the front of it opens, and then there's a blind which covers the whole roof, and it can be wound all the way back. Lots and lots of features, full leather interior, heated seats in the front and the back. There's a heated steering wheel on this car, and not only does it heat the seats, it also chills them in the summer months, and you can see there's a perforation in these seats, and that allows out some air conditioning. It has a colour sat-nav, reverse cameras, DAB radio, and you can plug in your phone for Apple AirPlay, etc., so you can have Google Maps. And this is where you plug in down here. There's an auxiliary and then there's a USB. This is a two-wheel drive version. You can get a four-wheel drive version of these, and there's some extra switch gear here where I can change the drive mode, and I've got auto hold, I can turn off the parking sensors, etc. Keyless entry, and there's just a button, so if you've got the key in the car, that will start. The specification is very high, and so you can expect dual zone climate control. The car, generally speaking, as I look round, is in good condition. There are one or two marks that I've noticed when I've inspected the car that I'm going to point out to you as we walk around. Now, as you would imagine, the car has done 61,000 miles, so if you get in close here, you will find some minor parking dents. Not really dents, just chips, I should say, in the paint. Nothing major. The front bumper looks to be in good condition all round. I can see there's a little parking, there's a little stone chip in the front there. LED running lights are standard on this model, and that's one of the parking sensors just there. Now, it's got very large, handsome alloy wheels, and there's a couple of marks. There's one here, there's a worse one there. Just the minor curbing, as unfortunately these large wheels tend to get, but it has got a good set of matching tyres all round. This front wing is in good condition. I can't see any damage to the front screen, the tiniest of chips here. The driver's side door looks to be in good order. There's a very minor mark here on the passenger offside. The rear panel looks to be in good order. Tinted glass is standard on this model. As with rear wheels, they don't tend to get the same curbing damage that front wheels get, so this rear offside Wheel looks in good order. The smallest of marks here, but I'm getting in quite close to see these. Now on the back lip of the car, there's 1 or 2 marks where I guess things get loaded into the boot, and it's caused 1 or 2 little scrapes on the paint. There's a tiniest of little indents here. I'm getting quite fussy now when I'm looking around with the camera, but it's good to do it this way because you'll get a feel for the condition of the car. As I look round on this near side rear corner, everything looks to be in order with this panel. This back alloy wheel is in good order with very, very small curb here, but other than that I can't see any other damage. Rear panel's good. I've got a tiny little chip of the paint here on the near side rear door. The rest of that door looks good, as does the driver's door, looks to be in good condition, as does the mirror, as does the, well, the roof is a piece of glass actually. That's got a full length panoramic roof. It's only the front part that actually opens, but there is a blind that covers the whole roof. It's quite a nice feature, the panoramic roof, quite a sought after extra. This front wing looks to be in good damage-free condition. At very low level, I've got a very small stone chip down here. I've got a very small stone chip there in the windscreen, but they are rather small. And now I'm round to the front of the car, and we've had a look round it together. I've marked out 1 or 2 imperfections in the paintwork, but I have got in with my camera to about a foot away, and now as I walk around the car from probably 6 or 8 foot away, it's extremely hard to notice any of those small imperfections in the bodywork. We have got parking sensors on the rear, and I've got a little mark here on the back bumper. It has an electronic boot release. Here's the key, and if you press and hold the button at the back, it's up with the boot. Now, I'm happy to say that the rear load carrier is present. It does have a factory fit boot liner. I'm pretty sure that this is quite nice in that it's got a full-size spare wheel. Now that's not always the way with cars these days. They do have a habit of just giving you a can of spray and that's your lot. I can tell you it's just over 500 litres of space in the boot, so that's a good size. And if I press this button here, this tailgate will come down, and there's a camera just up here, and that shows you any obstacles behind you on the main large colour screen in the middle of the dashboard. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the condition from the outside. Let's have a little look in the driver's cabin. And again, if I'm being, oh, actually that come off with my thumb. I thought there was a bit of missing paint, but it wasn't. So here we are on the inside. We've got electric windows, we've got mirrors that fold in, and we've got electric mirrors here. As I sit inside, I've got a multi-function steering wheel, and something in the middle of the dashboard is telling me the door's open, and now it's closed. So very modern inside here, and all I need is to have this key in my hand, put my foot on the brake, press the button, and the engine will start.
Anyone can fall victim.
Let's just turn the radio down and let's have a little look at what's coming up. So here's my 61,000 miles. I've got cruise control on this particular model. I've got the ability to turn the volume up and down. I've got Bluetooth on the car as well, and being the SE version of a premium car, it does have a lot of standard equipment. The colour screen in the middle does give its touch screen as well. I can put in a place of interest, and I can look at a city nearby, and I can have a look at some options, and it's got a full specification on the sat nav, or you can use your own device via the auxiliary or the USB port here. You've got twin sockets here, cigar lighter. I mentioned to you that you can drive the car in the plus or minus like a Tiptronic style or DSG gearbox. And there's the handbrake. Dual zone air conditioning, climate control I should say, a heated steering wheel, and we've got both a front and rear demisting features. I mentioned to you that we've got a heated seat, but we've also got a cooling seat. So dashboard really good. The way this all blends in with a nice soft material, it's got quite a premium look. We've got very smart leather seats here. Here's the large panoramic roof, and this is the blind opening way up, and there's the roof going up as well. And it takes a couple of seconds, but you've suddenly got a great deal of sunlight in this car. So that's a beautiful feature for driving around, and it doesn't take long to retract all of that. And as you can see, the blind comes back automatically, and I can just pop that in there, and that's the blind shut. That's a quick demo of the panoramic roof. And here is the rear seats. You've got a folding center armrest, ISOFIX fittings for putting in child seats. You've got a center armrest, you've got a generous size box there. We've got our second blade key, so even though it is a electronic system for entering the car, should the battery run out, should you need a key, this key still fits into the lock in the old-fashioned way. It's very dark interior, made much lighter when you open up the panoramic roof. Everything is a charcoal colour up to the tops of the doors, and then we've got a much lighter grey. So it's a very modern look inside the car. A generous size glove box. Now I'm going to go around to look for any. There's there may be one or two little. There's a few little marks there on this dashboard. Very minor, to be fair. I'm going to have a look at the rear of the interior as well. Got a very small mark here, very small indent in the door there. Very spacious in the back. We've got nets for storage. I've got a set of factory carpet mats which are all fitted in the car. It's nice and quiet on tick over. I've got a little bit of damage on a door card here. Best to point it out and show it to you here. And there's a couple of marks on the door here. That looks as if something's been put into the car. I can just do this, and that's how quick it is to pull the rear seats down. So the seats do fold completely, and there's a little handle down here which allows me to put either 1/3 or 2/3 of the seats down. And I mentioned to you the center armrest of a couple of cup holders. You've got good flow of air conditioning into the back as well. And as I walk around the car now, you can actually hear it tick over. It certainly goes well. And it's a mid-size SUV, and the MPG and tax rating is quite sensible for a medium-sized car. I appreciate the cost of running cars is rather steep at the moment here in the UK, so actually having a car that returns a recent MPG, a reasonable MPG, is going to be preferable. But I certainly think the fact that this one is a top-of-the-range model, and it does have its full history, just a single owner since new. It was actually registered to the dealer, and then the following day it was registered to the owner, so it will show one previous owner, but they only owned the car for one day while they registered it. It seems to be a regular practice with new car dealers these days. Oh, and I've just spotted something we go way down here, there's a very minor scuff on the bottom of that front lip and the very bottom of the bumper. Well, just in summary, this is a Hyundai Tucson, September 2017. The car's covered 61,500 miles, MOT through to September 2023, the end of, and full history from the supplying dealer. Well, I hope the video has been helpful. If you require any further information, please don't hesitate to get in touch, and I'll be happy to arrange for you to come and view the car, take it for a drive, and check if it's for you. Thank you for watching my video today. It's Danny at Brady James Classics, signing out.